Okay.
Okay,
We're
we are
live.
we are absolutely live. Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us here on another excuse me Sunday. We have returning guests, Mr. Brian Simpson. So let's hear it for Brian returning. Kevin is not here with us. Kevin, he might be because I sent him the link. Actually, I spoke to Patricia, and Patricia asked me to send the link to Kevin again because he was having some issues with his phone. So he may or may not be checking in from the airport. Um, so hopefully he checks in. We were supposed to also have another guest, a Miss Mosey J. She's a lawyer and she's into real estate. And I saw her TikTok videos, and I love her TikTok videos. It's along the lines of what we do here on the show. But she said she's having some issues logging into our link, so hopefully she can join us. And that Tiffany, how are you, and how is your mom?
I'm fine. God is good. Oh, Lord. But she's good. She's good. I just finished feeding her, giving her tea and stuff like that. So everything is good. How is your family doing?
All's good on my side. And Brian, you said Stacy's doing well.
She is. She is. She's been busy. She's been had a lot. She's taken on a lot of new clients, but she's been good.
Okay.
That's good.
All right. All right. So on today's show, we have a lot to get to. We actually, as you notice in the title of the show, is Private Prisons asked Trump for inmates, and he said okay, and that's an absolute fact. So what's going on in America if you're not paying attention, and most of us are not paying attention. But recently, in the big, beautiful bill that President Trump passed, he snuck something in there where it says if you have THC on your person, you can be arrested. THC, as we know, it's the ingredient are in marijuana, and for a while you can have a certain amount of marijuana or THC, and they weren't bothered by it. The police didn't bother. There was no law against it. There is now a law against THC. So
That's ridiculous when they have all these dispensaries on each corner now. I done saw at least 4 to 5 dispensaries, and you have to go in there with ID so they know who coming in there. They doing too much.
well, the reason they're doing that is because the private prisons are hurting. The private prisons are hurting. So there are a number of private prisons in America, and they are prisons for profit. So in order for a prison to, or here's our guess.
Good
Hi,
evening. How are you?
hi. How do you pronounce your name? I'm sorry.
Mosi.
Mosi. Okay, so welcome, Mosi. I was just explaining to our audience that you should be here shortly, but you were having some issues. But
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your patience. Can you
yep.
hear me well?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Well, so I'm Carl, Tiffany, and Brian. Uh, so say hi to Mosi. So I said
Hey, good
How you doing,
evening.
Mosi?
Good evening.
Good
Thank you
evening.
guys again for your patience.
you're very welcome. So I mentioned to our audience that you are an attorney and you also have some real estate going on. Was I correct about that? I saw that.
Yes, you are. You
Okay.
absolutely right.
So what kind of attorney are you? Do you mind?
I'm a real estate attorney. Right now I'm actually doing criminal law. I'm very excited about practicing criminal law. So I do criminal law in DC.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
DMV.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. We need more of you in the criminal area. Absolutely. So I was just going on a list of the topics that we're discussing. As you know, I mentioned to you, Mosi, that we will be talking. The main topic is the private prison system in the U.S., and they are suing the U.S. government because the prisons are not at full capacity. Actually, I think now they are becoming to full capacity because of all the. Is Kevin? Oh my God! Here's Kevin. Kevin. What up, Kev? Kev,
Can you hear her?
Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing?
all right. I don't know if you can hear us.
If it's shaky, just let me know.
It is kind of shaky.
All right, Kev, you might want to.
Just mute it. Mute it. It sounds like he had a party.
All right,
Right.
it's not working. Okay.
It's not allowing me to
I'll
mute.
try to find a better spot. The Wi-Fi
Well,
call
mute
is
him,
here.
Carl. Can you mute him?
Brian, I'm trying to mute Kev, but
I'll check back. I'll check back in, Carl.
all right. Patricia, tell Kevin to mute himself. All right. So we're gonna get the show started. So, like I said, the main topic we're talking about private prisons and the fact that they're trying to fill up these prisons, and they just made THC, the ingredient in marijuana, they made that illegal. The Trump administration snuck it in there in the big beautiful bill, so we all know who that's gonna affect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people that look like us,
Right.
and of course, they don't care. They just want to fill up these prisons. So we're gonna play our song, and we're gonna come back with some videos and evidence of what's going on. I should have done this earlier. Give me a second.
We are protected by fair use only. We do not own the content or the music on what we're showing, educational purposes. Please make sure you like and subscribe, leave a comment, and let us know what you think.
All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to play the video first and then go to our music.
Here's a dirty little secret. The prison population has been shrinking consistently in the U.S. for a number of years. Since its peak in 2009, the number of people in prison has declined by 24%. And that's the direction that you want to go in as a society unless you are connected to the private prison system. In that case, the prison population decreasing means you don't have a business model anymore. So now all these ICE raids start to make a little more sense, don't they? It kind of helps to explain why this administration has been so eager to round up anyone who doesn't pass the brown paper bag test and lock them up in detention centers without hearings. It really shouldn't surprise anyone that these ICE terror campaigns are all a part of a billion-dollar business model. So let's name names. The biggest winners are private prison giants, the GEO Group and Core Civic, whose executives are cashing in on the chaos. When their stock prices were tanking last year, GEO's founder George C. Zoley and CEO J. David Donahue needed a miracle. Then came Trump's deportation push. Now they're raking in record profits with lucrative no-bid government contracts. GEO's revenue jumped to over $636 million last quarter. Core Civic CEO Damon Henninger bragged that he was having one of the most exciting periods of his career.
I've worked at Core Civic for 32 years, and this is truly one of the most exciting periods in my career with the company.
How wonderful for him. Both companies reported record profits, stock buybacks worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and plans to expand detention centers nationwide, including reopening shuttered prisons. The longer and the harsher the crackdown, the more they profit. And behind the scenes, it's a who's who of Washington insiders feeding the machine. Former ICE directors like Julie Myers-Wood and Matthew Albence are on GEO's leadership team now, meaning the same people who helped to craft these draconian enforcement policies are now getting rich off of them. This is a grotesque merger of government power and corporate greed, but we can stop it. Go to the link in my bio or in the comments right now and sign the petition demanding that lawmakers, city leaders, corporate profiteers, and federal officials get ICE off of our streets and end the use of private prisons for immigration detention. Tell them that we see who's getting rich off of human suffering, and we are demanding accountability. Share the petition with as many people as you can. With each goal that we hit, important decision makers will be notified of the support that this petition is receiving. Your voice will be heard. Let those in power know that we will not be ignored. Sign this petition and let's use our collective voice to get ICE off of our streets once and for all.
Oh, so you don't think that this recent bill that passed is going to be a problem? I'll tell you how it's going to be a problem. Listen here. The private prisons are suing the states because they don't have enough prisoners to house in their jails. And this recent vote that just took place, the Republicans snuck in a minor provision. They call it minor, but to me, it's the entire provision. They snuck in the provision regarding THC, making it illegal. Why is this a problem? It's a problem because they're going to start locking your ass up for having any marijuana on you. Any. What is this going to do? It's going to create an influx of people going to jail for minor weed offenses. Who does that profit? The prison industrial complex.
There were owners of private prisons who were suing the states they are contracted to imprison people in because they don't have enough prisoners because the state got lax on some of their laws and decided to be more lenient on incarceration. So you have a state government that goes, all right, we ain't gonna put as many people in prison. But the private company running the prison go, nah, motherfucker, you promised us 80% capacity at all times. We at 50% capacity. Go catch some niggas and bring them and or reimburse me for the people that are not in here. And the state can't afford to do it. So they locked up in court right now.
Damn.
Almost everybody in this country, you're a commodity to someone else. And, you know, if you're making me president, the first thing I'm changing is incarceration.
It's horrible.
Hold on.
I'm not surprised.
At all.
It's like this been going on for a long time. It's just that people are now reading.
Right.
All right. Sorry about that, Scroll. I was about to play a song, but obviously it did not. It's no longer here. Sorry. All right. Yeah. So we just saw what's going on. They snuck this this law in that if you have a certain amount of THC, you are now in violation and you can be arrested. And obviously, we know that's going to affect the Black community. And the first video we saw, the lady said, "Go to her bio." But what really can we do? Seemed like we've been just sitting back and watching a whole lot of stuff happen. Is this another thing where we can't do anything but just sit back and just wait for these 4 years to run its course? And I'm going to go to our guest, Mosey. And what are your thoughts?
I think the system is, I say this all the time, the system isn't broken. It's working the way it's intended to work. And that is, as you guys said earlier, that, bodies become a commodity where, everyone is making money off of someone else's misfortune. And so in order for the system to work, there has to be bodies there to help it work. It's unfortunate, but that's just what it is. I say all the time, when these police officers pull over people, they barely know the law. And policing is highly discretionary. And so meaning that if I decide that I can charge you with a crime, I just decided that, or I can let you go. So it just depends on who you are in contact with that day. And so, yes, it affects Black people more so than anyone else, which is very unfortunate, but it is starting to affect many others. And so that's where I don't want to say that's the good of it. I don't want to say that's the benefit of it. All of it's wrong. It is policing that is highly predatory, but I don't think it's going to affect the Black community as much as they think it is. I think it will also affect others. And I think that is the good that is coming out of this administration, that they can't touch us as much as they used to without touching themselves.
Brian, I mean, with all the ICE, I think what they were hoping for, and I've heard this, they were hoping all the ICE raids and that Black people would come out and they would protest and they can come out and arrest.
Absolutely.
But that's not happening, we're just kind of laying low. But what are your thoughts on? I mean, is this anything new though? I mean,
no, it's not new. I remember saying in one of my posts months ago when people were trying to say, a lot of Latino people were trying to say, well, you guys are next. And my rebuttal was, we've never been next. We've always been first.
Mm-hmm.
And we've always been the target. So to answer your question, no, this isn't anything new. This isn't anything new. As a matter of fact, if anything, we're more prepared for it. And that's why we have not gotten very emotional about what we've seen. We've actually been sitting back and, as we've all been saying, minding our own Black business. And we're kind of letting everyone else who is being touched see that we haven't been lying about this. None of this has been a figment of our imagination. This isn't something that we sat around and we had some big giant Black caucus about and said, we're all going to collectively make this up. No, this has been going on for centuries. And we're just sitting back and letting everybody else see it. And we're also sitting back and letting everyone else deal with it. Because we've always been the ones that have jumped out. Civil rights, we did that. That was our grandparents that did that. And so we're sitting back and it's like, no, it's everyone else's turn who has ignored us for the past couple hundred years. You handle it. You deal with it. So we're not surprised. No.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not surprised at it also. They have contracts. It's really the private prisons. That's what needs to go. The private prisons have contracts with the state that, yes, if they promise a certain amount of bodies to be there to be able to set the quota. Also, a lot of these young men are working for 5 cents an hour. They're using them as labor also. So it's a big thing. It's a whole system thing. And to be honest, the system needs to be shut down and redone over again, because we already know it was only made for us to be able to protect white people against their own stuff. Okay. They never care for us or anything. And they trying to do this thing with the weed thing. How that's going to work? Y'all making money off of the weed thing there because y'all got dispensaries all over the place. Y'all making the weed yourselves. So now all of a sudden you trying to use that, but in certain states, you can't do it. It's not as free as it is here in New York. In the South, you can't, they don't have those like that. So you got to be real careful with that. So when you had sent it to me, I had to go and do the percentage of the population of what's going on. So actually, it's 32% of us as Black people that are in jails. In every state, is always more Black people in jail than whites. But guess who's coming right behind us is the whites. They're 31%. So what we need to do is, as Black people, is still communicate with our young people and our children and let them know that the system is not built for us. It's against us. And the more bodies they have in there is the more money they get off of our ass. Okay? So that's what we need to be promoting and talking to our young people. And what killed me, they putting all of this into private prisons, but you're not getting no mental health. Because a lot of people are going through mental health, especially in the Black community. Why you think people doing crimes and in the street and selling stuff? Because of what we are going through on the inside, and we still are going through it after so many hundreds of years. We never got help. So we over here normalizing dysfunction. We normalizing going back and forth to jail. Because a lot of them go there because they feel like this is the only thing they know. So it's a very deep system, and it's going to take us as people to be able to break the cycle.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. But we have to understand too that the goal isn't to get rid of crime. I mean, because they put the stuff into the system. They don't want to fix the system because then they stop making the money.
That's
so
right.
There does have to be an initiative within us where we see, okay, this is the pattern. This is the trap. We have to avoid the trap. But that they've always, when we had something that was working, when we were positive, when we had the family structure, everything that was working for the Black community, they went in to make the laws, to make us guilty, to lock us up. So it is, like, again, like I said, it is working the way it's designed to work. We just have to recognize the pattern and avoid the trap.
Right. And to piggyback on what you're saying, the whole idea of prison on paper
Mhm.
is to deter you from wanting to commit crimes. And so last I've checked, there are a lot less crimes being committed, and that's why the prisons aren't as full. So it's like, okay, because it is deterring people, they're going back to what my sister Mosi said, and they're kind of wanting to make the system work not like it's supposed to work on paper, but how it's really supposed to work, which is to put us in jail.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, didn't the Democratic Party know about this law that was passed? I mean, aren't they supposed to be the protector of Black people? The Democratic Party? I mean, those politicians, and they seem...
I never
On
thought
paper.
of them being the power for Black people, like the superpower
I
for
mean,
Black people.
they seem to just do nothing, you know what I mean? And they're
Right.
supposed to be the party.
What can they do when they in bed with each other? They be
Right.
pillow talking, Democrats and Republicans.
Right. Yeah. Two sides of the same coin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, we've been knowing about this for a very long time, and it's just sad that we know about it, but now you're seeing this is a new era, and they're learning more about it. And I want my young people to know. I want them to listen, because I know many men. That's one of my good friends. I was trying to get him on tonight, but he did 33 years in jail for robbery, and they gave him 160 years. You understand? And that was in the 90s, and he finally came out. So the system is definitely against us. You understand? So we need to stay out of the system. That's the point. Or pray to stay your best out of it.
Right. I always tell young people, do not get your name in this system the wrong way. Do not get your name on their roll, on their in the prison system. Do not get your name mixed up with them in the wrong way. They only need to know you as a taxpayer.
That's right.
Absolutely.
We always we always see cops how they interact with us and how they interact with the YT people. And they say if we cooperate with the cops that everything would work out and we wouldn't get shot. But I'm going to show you a video of how white cops interact with YT people and then how they interact with us.
Drop the knife.
No.
Put it on the ground.
I'm gonna fuck you up.
Put it on the ground. Put it on the ground.
My face.
White.
Get your fucking face out of here.
He's threatening people. I need another unit now.
Get out of my face.
Put the knife down.
Shut your fucking mouth.
No. Put the knife down.
Shut up.
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 Put the knife down. I'm not serious. Put the knife down.
Fucking mouth.
Put the knife down.
Your fucking
Put
mouth.
it on the ground. Sit.
Really?
Sit on the ground.
No.
Yes.
No, shoot me.
Yes.
Shoot me. I'll
Put it on the ground.
I'll kill you, you stupid little bitch.
He's following me around with a knife.
Slice your fucking
Another new
throat.
unit. I need another unit.
Geez.
Hey, put it on the ground.
What?
Put it on the ground.
What on the
Put
ground?
it, the knife.
What on the ground?
Put the knife on the ground.
Fucking mouth.
Put
Get
the
your
knife.
fucking ass away from
Put the knife on the ground.
Shut up.
Put the knife on the ground.
Shut up.
Put the knife on the ground.
Shut up.
Put the knife.
Look how close. I mean, you think it would have taken that long?
No.
No, you know they would have shot us down right immediately. As soon as
First-
they would have saw a knife lift up, oh, that was a gun. That tried to kill me. Bow, 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 kill him in the head. I mean, come on, we already know that is ridiculous. First of all, did he say he was going to kill her at least 3 times? Then he told her to shut the hell up at least 25, 30 times. You understand? And then he was running after her. You couldn't do no stun gun? or something, pistol whip his ass. I'm sorry.
And I was gonna slice your throat. He said, "I'm
Yeah.
gonna throat."
You saw me. I was like this. He ain't dead yet. But we already know they got mental issues. But as soon as we do it, pow pow, they just killed the man in the wheelchair with a knife. They didn't care, and he was black.
Wow.
So I'm not surprised at that.
Yeah. Now here's the cops at a black person's house.
First of all, you asked to speak to Jazz, you came to the door. I'm asking you, can I get your badge number? I'm asking her. Jasmine right here, sir. She's right here. They just woke us up out our sleep.
Okay, well, there was a stabbing over here earlier.
There wasn't no stabbing over here.
All right, like, Jasmine, can you come out?
Jazz, you want to go at that door? Why is you got your feet in the door, man? Could you tell me?
It's for our safety.
No,
Y'all
nothing. Y'all just look us out.
You want me to go through? Jasmine.
You cannot go through. Do you have a sex warrant?
You want me to go
You cannot go through
I
here.
just want Jasmine. That's all I want.
Okay, but she cannot serve. You know she cannot do that. Whoa. Jazz, whoa. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, ain't nobody here. Ain't nobody here but us. Whoa, she do not have a sex warrant. You don't have a sex warrant to come here.
Don't do that. Sir, the way that y'all just busted to my house.
Everybody out of the house. Out.
For what?
You don't have a search warrant, ma'am.
For what?
I'm asking you not to touch me.
Why do we gotta get out the house? I don't have no problem.
Secure a search warrant.
For what?
Can you get a pair of pants?
Okay, don't touch me, sir. Why aren't you touching me?
Get a pair of pants on.
Okay, well, why aren't you touching me, sir?
Pants on.
Let me cut the light on. Cut the light on. Then get your hand out my face. Y'all woke me up out my sleep. Y'all woke me up. What is they doing to my son in there? They got no sex warrant. I'm recording y'all. I'm recording y'all. You can't. What you taking me to? No.
Give you the chance
For
to
what?
get pants,
For
but
what?
you don't want to.
No. For what? My pants. For how long? What you grabbing my arm for?
Are you gonna get pants
Why
out
I gotta
because
go?
you're coming out of the house?
Why?
Because
No, don't grab my phone. This is Kevin.
Yeah. So I mean,
What do you mean? They first of all, we as black people already know you cannot fight with them because they will kill you. Okay? They will kill you. You know I can't. That's a lot for me. Remember, my brother was killed by the cops, shot 7 times in his back. So
I didn't know that.
That right there,
Damn.
you understand what I'm saying? That's a lot for me. And I tell people all the time, when you see, even my nephews, you see a cop, yes ma'am, no ma'am, get on the floor, follow instructions. They will kill your ass. Okay?
Right.
They do not care. You think they care about a warrant? We in your place. We don't care. So that bothered me. They should have just. That was a lot for me.
Yeah, I mean, they see already that black skin is a threat. They look at you and they're already threatened. And so I don't understand it, but that has just always been the case. They feel like black people can tolerate more pain, and they already consider them criminals. And then they have to work to get over that bias, but it's already embedded. You see it in the healthcare system, you see it in the law enforcement. They have these biases that they believe about black people, and it comes out in their jobs. Just because people go to work doesn't mean that they stop with, their beliefs, their political beliefs or whatever. It doesn't change. So we have to be careful when we interact with these people and understand this is what they believe about us. We already know it's not an equal system, so we can't even approach it that way. And then going back to Tiffany's point, I tell people all the time, yes, I will teach know your rights. I will tell you what your rights are. But when it comes down to them in actual practicality, when it comes down to how it actually works, when they come to you, I know my rights. You can't do this. No. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Just get to court. Your goal is to live.
Okay.
Trying to prove something to a police officer who is biased, who don't like you, who they're gonna make your life harder than what it needs to be. You need to get on with your life, because even if you say you live to see another day, they can make your life even harder. Charges that you can't get out of jail for. I mean, just things that just you don't want to going back to your point, Brian, that you don't want to be in the system, period. Right. Because it's gonna cost you one way or the other. So absolutely, we just have to understand this is how black people are looked at. Once we understand how we're viewed then we can understand how to play the system. And that's what
Yes.
we have to understand, that we're not on equal playing fields. I think most of us know that. But that's something that does need to be taught to the young people, and we need to just realize that this is what we're dealing with.
Yes. And this
Yeah.
is 2025. You
Right.
definitely got it. If they've been killing us from the beginning and we don't get it now, I'm sorry. I'm not arguing with them. What you need,
Right.
yes, sir, no, man. Because like you said, we trying to get home. We
Right.
trying to live.
Right.
Yeah, deal with them as Mosey said. Deal with them in court. Deal with them after you have gone home, after you have
Right.
made it home safely. Then you can be aggressive. Be aggressive on paper. Be aggressive
Oh,
with the law.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let the law fight for you. But
You
in
right.
that moment, you trying to get home. I told that to my sons. I mean, they're adults
That's right.
now, but I tell that to young people this very day. Just get
Right.
home. You might be 100% right,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not how this cop is going to see it.
Right.
No,
He's going to.
not seeing you like that.
Yeah, he doesn't. He just sees a color. He just sees a color, and he just sees that you and your black ass is not listening to him.
Mhm.
Right.
That's all he sees.
Okay.
Right.
And a quota. Don't forget the quotas. Because remember,
Right.
they trying to get these niggas in jail. Okay?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, they see you as someone who is inferior to them, and then they're hyped up off of their ego, energy drinks, sugar. I mean, they didn't slept. They got something to prove. They feel like you are challenging them as a person. So I mean, it don't have to be anything like that. But they don't. It's not about fairness at that point. And so the best thing to do is to, again, fight it when you get home. Call your attorney, take your notes, take your video. But to sit there and try and fight with an officer on the street, it's just not going to work out well for you. 9 times out of 10. So
the solution isn't the solution for more black people to join the police department, especially in the black neighborhood. Why do we have black neighborhood, but the majority of the police officers in that black neighborhood are white?
I don't necessarily think black police officers matter, because a lot of times they take on the culture because it's something I have to prove. That sometimes they go extra hard to prove to their white counterparts that I'm one of you, and I don't see them like that. It depends on. Sometimes it can help, but it just depends on the heart of the officer. But I've seen it where it actually worked to the contrary, where black officers get into those positions and they feel as if I have to overprove that I'm willing to be with my brotherhood over the black community. So that is an issue too.
Yeah. How did Ice Cube say it back in the day? Black police showing out for the white cop.
And I think KRS-One did black cops, black cops, something like that too. Regardless, I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't. When I see cops, that's like their own personal gang. They blue gang. You understand? Y'all are connected with each other. You understand? So if you already know as a black person that the system is flawed, and a lot of them don't find out until they get there, because they do be real happy. They want to come in and they want to change things. You understand? They want to do something different. But when they see that this is already a system, darling, and you cannot do anything but go along, and if you go against us, we will make your life a living hell.
Right.
You understand? Just like you was expressing. So, again, I'm not being a part of a system that is continuously targeting black people, okay, especially to put them in the prison system so they can make more money off of us. They know they can't make us slaves anymore. We're not going back in the fields. You know, they was mad. The farmers was mad because we wasn't going back in the fields. We're not going back in the fields. So what they got to do is, the best way is the jail. And you know the jail breaks them also, mentally, physically, spiritually. You understand? Men coming in there, going in as men, but coming out as gay and mixed and bisexuals and tore up. It's just a whole lot that goes on with that system. And again, it needs to be tore down.
Absolutely. So you remember the story of Chris Dorner?
Yeah. Oh yes, Mr. Chris Dorner. Yeah.
Chris Dorner was that cop that wanted to get in there, make change, do things the right way, and they blacklisted him. They made his life a living hell as a police officer. So it does. I remember back in the day, back in the 80s, I remember when I was a kid, my uncle was a cop. He got out of it. Just seeing just the foolishness and the corruption that goes on. So yeah, you go in there, but they look at it like it is us against the people.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's nothing we can really do. I mean, we're at the mercy of just be nice to the police. Basically, is what we're saying. Just be nice to the cops.
Yeah,
Keep your ass out of trouble.
Yeah, stay out of trouble.
Just stay away from people, places, and things that's not good.
Because it's easy, but I'll be honest with you. The times I've been pulled over by the police, and it's easy to say, but when you tell me lay on the ground, put your, do all, all that degrading stuff, I don't know if I don't know
there
if
you go.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, and it's dehumanizing.
Yeah.
But for that moment, you got to understand they really have your life in their hands, and then you got to think about, okay, what is the consequences? What is the risk versus the reward? If I sit up and stand on my principles and say, okay, no, I'm not tolerating this, I'm not doing this. Okay, he's over there with a gun. You just gotta weigh the odds out. And so your goal is just to fight through this and live to see another day, and hopefully get to an attorney, get to somebody who can vouch for you and say, this was wrong, this brother deserves this, that we aren't going to allow this anymore, and blah, blah, blah. And we also have to understand that we have a responsibility. I mean, it's debatable of whether or not it helps. We have a responsibility to vote. We also have to be mindful of where we live. I'm grateful to God that I live in the DMV, where, there is such a large concentration of Black people that, do well for themselves. So for the most part, Black people do get a lot of respect in this area. But I am from Mississippi, so I know what, it's like to be in a racist environment.
I know you do.
It's just two dynamics,
Yes.
Yeah.
Mississippi is what they said. That's where all the racism.
Right. Even but there's still a high concentration of Black people, but there is definitely racism. Racism is alive and well in Mississippi, but you can definitely tell the difference between the two areas, And so knowing where to live, how to vote, I mean, you just have to, being Black, you just have to know how to conduct yourself, and avoid, if all possible, avoid law enforcement and avoid the system.
Yeah, it's a different set of rules for us.
Yeah.
And I think, it's a different set of rules, whether we acknowledge that or not, or realize it, it's just different. We are viewed as guilty.
Yeah.
Period. We're viewed as guilty, and you have to, as Tiffany was saying, just don't be around them. Just do not be around them. I mean, it's a little different. I'm in California. I actually graduated high school in the DMV, but out here in Cali, it's a bit different. I'm in the Bay. So so the Bay is a little different. There's a lot of Black centering here in the Bay, to where people do want to hear your voice. I mean, I work in Oakland, and it's different here, but in places where that it's not like that, not like a DMV or New York or a Cali, get home. Just don't be around those people. Just don't be around them. Don't be, like Tiffany said, in a place where there's some BS going on. Just don't be there. If they show up,
you gotta avoid people, places, and things that is on that level or work on that level, because it just be your luck. You get caught out there. It's always, because remember, they say if you are there or you don't know what's going on, you're going to get charged regardless, because you're supposed to have asked them. Do you have any drugs, guns, paraphernalia in your car? This is what you got to ask your friends before you get in the car. Because if the cops stop your ass, all of y'all going down.
Right.
Okay?
Period.
And that's just the law, period. So yes, we have to have those talks with our young men, our young sons, our nephews and stuff, to please watch your ass, because you are more targeted than everybody else. And just to know that it's 32% of our, and we're not even the whole of the population
Right.
of America, but to know that it's 32% of us more than them, and they right behind us, they at 31%. We need to take these percentage downs, okay? That's what I want. We need to take them down.
And to speak on that too, that, you know, we're 32%, they're 31%, but our conviction rates are so much higher. That's the only reason that we are at the 31%, you know, or that 32%. You know, it really should be lower, or for them, it should be actually higher, because when you look at the crime statistics, they commit more crime than every other ethnic group combined.
Because there's more of them.
Right. The fact that there's only 31% shows the bias.
Right.
Against us and for them.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, the whole system is biased. So from when you, the police officer, the first encounter, the police officer, then you got the prosecutor, right? And then you got the judge. All of them, I mean, they have these biases that you have to try and get over. And there's always a fight, a pull, a tug, or whatnot. They're all working together a lot of times. And then, hell, sometimes you got the defense counsel that's telling, go and take the plea, go ahead and do this.
Word.
So you have that system. And then mess around and don't have cashless bail. You on there just because you in jail, just because you poor and you can't get out.
That's right.
Yeah. So yeah, the system is a lot of times set up against, and you don't. A lot of times, that's why I try and tell Black people to get into law, to get into the legal profession, is because a lot of times they have attorneys they can call and can help them out in these times of needs. And, you know, Black people don't necessarily have those friends or those lifelines where they can know what the laws are and how to make things work for them. And so, yeah, it's honestly, it's not fair.
Is that why you're going into criminal law, Mosey?
You say?
That why you're going into criminal law to?
No, I went to law school for criminal law, and then my friend, he just even texted me now. Yeah, so I guess that is why I'm into criminal law. Yes, that's where my passion was when I went to law school. I got out of it, but now I'm seeing the passion for it. I really enjoy it because a lot of times you do have people, going back to what Tiffany says, it's mental health issues. It's so much more than, and you can have biased police officers. A lot of times these people aren't guilty. Sometimes they are. I'm not going to give a carte blanche, all Black people are innocent type spiel. That's not true. But a lot of times there are issues lying beneath things that need to be considered. Money is a lot to do with it. The fact that they put a lot of these drugs in our neighborhoods, the fact that the home is broken, we can't get opportunities. Hell, if you go, like Brian was saying, you go to jail once, you're practically ruined. So all of these things we need to teach our children to be aware of and to know that those odds are against us. But yet and still, I got to give Black Americans a pat on the back, because even with all those odds against us, they're still the leading Black people in the world.
Surviving. That's right.
Yes.
We're still here.
So even with all of that, and I feel like we're learning and we're growing, and that's what they don't like. Going back to what you were saying, host, was that they expected, when they started all that drama, for us to be in the streets. We sat back and was like, nah, we good, because we know what the target was.
Your turn.
We know what was going on. We was like, no. So
we're not going to use us as target practice. They want us out there in them streets fighting with them. I'm not fighting with them because I didn't see all them Mexicans fighting for us when we was going through that stuff. So I'm not going. I'm sorry, Mexico. I like burritos and quesadillas and stuff, but I am not. No, I'm not going out there because they don't what you call it, the guards and all of that. They was waiting for them to come out there, because let me tell you something. They was stressed out when that Black Lives Matter movement. We're not going to talk about the organization because we just found out that they're scams.
Yeah,
right.
That they scams, but the grassroots, they went out there and they were fighting and they were standing up and they were walking and they was doing what they supposed to do. They didn't like that. They
No,
was
it's
like, oh, hell no. Oh, no. We want them to come out again so we can get them. But we're not coming out because we're
No.
going to stay our asses in the house and drink some water and watch our asses go down. I'm not doing it.
they wasn't
Yeah.
expecting that.
Yeah.
They did not
No.
expect a
No.
collectiveness of people staying in the house. They didn't expect that.
Nope. They wanted
Because
us out there, and we also. Mhm.
we did what we were supposed to do.
Mhm.
We did, what is it? 92% of black women voted for Kamala. 78% of black men did the same thing. And
Mhm.
so we were like, what else? I think this
What
was
else is there
this
to
is the
do?
first time. Yeah, this is the first time I think we've ever sat back and were like, well, damn, what do we do now? What else
Right.
do you want us to do? So it's like,
Right.
you know what? Now you do it. And I
Yeah, we got
started
to sit
seeing
this one
these,
out.
yeah, I started seeing these social media posts, asking black people, hey, we need you guys. We need
You don't
no,
need
you
us.
don't. No, you
Get your
don't.
ass up out of here.
Your vote didn't show that you needed us.
Right.
Your
Right.
vote didn't
Okay,
show
you
that.
need to go and watch a rap
Right.
video and get out our face because we're not doing
Right.
it. I'm
So,
sorry. I'm
yeah, so
sorry,
I'm
y'all.
sitting at home.
It's
Yeah,
been a
sitting at
beautiful
home with my
thing to
family
see for a
chilling.
collective. When have you ever seen a collective of black folks saying we ain't standing up for nobody or nothing?
But
It's
We
just so
ourselves.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Ourselves. That's our problem. We need to stand for ourselves. When we start standing for ourselves and loving ourselves more, we're
Come
not
on.
going to allow any and everybody to come around and be disrespectful or do any of that because we standing on our own. I'm not
Right.
going out there to be flipping after our ancestors did that. You
Right.
saw them using them daggone German shepherds to bite our asses off while we over there fighting just to have equal rights.
Yeah.
Oh no, They were
Right.
mad. They were big mad because that Black Lives Matters movement did something. It
Yeah.
showed. It stretched all over the place because yes, you saw what was going on to black people in the streets, being shot, being killed, and overlooked. No, We need again stay in the house. Wait a
Right.
Yeah.
minute. Carl, did you see the police officer? I think he was I don't know, but some football guys was walking through and he
Yeah.
pushed them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That was yesterday.
yeah.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, it was a football game. I think it was University of South Carolina versus a team in Texas, I believe. And the player had injured his hamstring, so he was walking back to get treatment. When he's walking back out, the cop, you know how they have the cops on the sideline, shoulder checked him. And was like,
See.
they were like, the guy turns around like, what are you doing? And he started barking at him and everything. The cop starts barking at him. The university fired him. They were like, no, you ain't working no more games. So they did what they were supposed to do. But yeah, just it's over a foot, and that was a football game.
Right.
Yeah, but
This was over a football game.
It's in their blood system to be disgusting to us. He didn't have to bump him. He could have said, excuse me, sir, or he could have moved to the side. No, he felt like he needed to be disgusting. I'm telling you, racism is in the blood and the DNA of America. And it needs like a whole a wake-up call.
Right. Is that antagonizing? They know how to use those little microaggressions. Well, if this, then what?
Right.
They know how to try and pick. But I'm glad that people are seeing it and that, it's becoming more and more obvious. But again, I tell people that I'm so glad because a lot of people say that, one of the worst things we could have done was our ancestors integrated with people. A lot of people say that now. But sis, I'm gonna
My
tell
mother
you,
says that.
It's the truth. My mother says it too.
This is the counter to that. This is the counter to that. Is that had our ancestors not integrated, we wouldn't be as protected as we are because they cannot get to us the way they want to without hurting themselves. It's because we're mixed in between them. We're so in with them. You can't just say, okay, I'm gonna get this group. No, you can't get this neighborhood because we live with you. You can't cut off SNAP because you can't do all of these things to us.
They got it more than us.
We are with you guys, and a lot of y'all are still down. So you can't just target a certain class of people anymore because you gonna hit yours more than you hurt it. Now, if they
That's right.
Right.
if they could get us by themselves, they could. But the reason why they're slow and they can't do as much damage as they want to do is because we're so mixed in and intertwined.
Wow.
And also, we're the
Wow. I never
we're the
thought
money
of that.
makers. We're the one that spend the most money.
Yes.
You get rid of us, that means you cannot make no money. It's all about control. They want to control us. That's all.
That's good. I'm really glad that you said that. I honestly, I have never thought of it that way.
I'm with you,
I've
Brian.
never thought of it that way.
I always felt like integration, we would have been better off if we just did our own thing.
Yeah.
But
we was already there,
doing
Carl.
our own thing. They were able to come to our neighborhood.
Right. We was already there,
I
Carl.
don't think they were able to target us. When we got in with them, they can't touch us because they can't get to us the way that they can without hurting themselves. You understand? So I feel like it was a beautiful. We didn't appreciate it, but it's a beautiful thing that having integration.
You think the pros outweigh the cons though, as far as integration goes? I mean, yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I heard what you're saying, but when you weigh the pros and the cons,
I still believe so. If we have to recognize, as long as we understand we are not them, if we know how to play that hand, okay, be inside, be with them, but not of them, or how can I say it?
It's kind of a biblical principle. You in the world, but not of it.
Yeah, you can be in it and knowing how they look at you and how to benefit off of it, but knowing that you're not one of them, and still being able to play the hand that you need to play, teach your people, be a part of that collective, but yet know that these things you're insulated and you're protected. I think we have to understand our history and how to best play the hands that's dealt to us. And so we can't get mad at what we have. We have to look at it and say, okay, well, how can I play these cards?
If you can't beat them, join them type of thing?
Not necessarily. You ain't gotta join them. You just gotta play the
indirectly,
play the hand
right?
that you dealt, and you can win. It's a lot of us that can win in this game.
That's game right there. I really, you putting us up on something, seriously, because we like you look at a lot of, especially out here in the Bay where I am, it's very diverse. There's some of everybody here. I mean, you got white, black, you got Latino, of course, you got people from Asia, you have South Asian, Arab, people are from everywhere. And one thing you notice with a lot of these people, they do not abandon the core of who they are.
Absolutely.
They don't. And that's how that's how our parents taught us to be. I know my dad would teach me, look, you can't be out here running around doing the same stuff these little white boys can do.
Word,
he would tell me that.
Word.
And so it did keep me out of a lot of stuff. I did stand out in certain areas for good things, not for bad things. And so, I remember my senior year in high school, just because of just staying away from a lot of the foolishness. I remember my principal, who was white, standing up for me himself when I was accused of doing something. He stepped in, he said, no. He said, I don't care what anybody's saying. He goes, I know this young man.
Right.
He said, he's one of our brightest stars here. Brian, home at the class. And I hopped on up and smiled at everybody as I walked out. But that's because we know how to be. And the thing is, not only do we know how to be, because of the shit we've been through, we know how to not just survive, we know how to thrive.
Right.
We know how to thrive. I mean, you just look at the things that we have turned into just masterpieces. People eat chicken wings today because of us.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Look,
this is what we got to work with. Okay, let me show you something.
Right.
So I think
soul. It's the soul. It's the God.
Yeah.
Like people say it's black and they say it's a skin color. It's more than skin.
It's soul.
It's the connection of God that is written in black people's DNA to make nothing.
We're the source
and
code.
make it into something. I mean Jesus took 5 fish and fed a multitude of people. That is black people. We take scraps and make it something for everybody.
Right.
So that is the soul of God. Like we have to recognize who we are as a people. And I think that so much has been stripped away from us that we don't see who we are, and we forget who we are. If we can be in the mix and not forget who we are, that's where our power is.
Yeah, you're 100% right, and you're 100%
right. Name one place where we are, or name one place in America where our fingerprint or our thumbprint is not there. Food, music, entertainment, sports, culture, dress, style.
Right. That's why someone said, what is black culture? I said, if you know American culture, you know black culture. There is no culture without black people in America.
Anywhere, everybody,
tell me what you got.
We're the most copied people in the world.
We are the source code.
And then you say America is the most they mimic everything in America around the world. And if black people are the ones who creating it, that means we influence the whole world.
Yeah.
But yet we don't have that esteem about ourselves. We're always supposed to be humble. Got to watch out for everybody else. This is the right thing to do. No.
Yeah.
That's the problem. We've allowed too many people to try to infiltrate and not understand who we are and the power we have.
And also, and a lot of people don't want to stress is that we forget where we came from, especially with our ancestors. You got Jewish people that don't forget where they came from.
Absolutely.
You got the Asian people, as soon as you come in their business, they got Buddha, incense burning, everything. They don't forget their people. The Asians, they don't forget their people. So why we're the only ones that we forget our ancestors and not know that if it wasn't for their strength, we would not be here.
Come on.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's another thing. We don't look to our past to see how strong we are. Like you said, know who we are. Once we know who we are and our strength and how everybody need us, everybody. I think one man asked, he said, why you just don't put us in one state? Give us our state, let us thrive. But they're not going to do that because they want us. They need, like you said, they need us. We are intertwined with us. They just want to be able to control us. And it's like they lost control.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Right.
Mosey, you got my brain working overtime, man.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, I want to ask.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
No.
Same here.
No, that's good. Because it takes a black woman to do it. We have to do it to them, girl, because they need it. They need it.
Because I got so many questions. Like, okay, so why is it back in the day, black people can get together and have like the Montgomery boycott, but today unity seems so hard, but it seems like back in the day, and when black people say we're not riding that bus, or we're not taking these, they all said we're not, but today, you know what I mean? You can't even get you can't get enough of us. I mean, we did it for Target, right?
I think we have too many people have infiltrated us because again, we're such a trusting people, we're such a loving people, and people know that about us. They play on our emotions. Black people are so emotional, but because going back to what I said, I believe black people are God's chosen, right? So the thing about being God's chosen is that you're emotional. And so the people who co-opt that emotion the most, if you ask me, is the Black church and the Democratic Party. So it's always we stay humbling ourselves. We stay, oh no, everybody got to be included. Oh no, we got to go and fight for somebody else. Oh, we got to keep doing this. And we don't ever take that preservation for ourselves. And we always see someone else as we got to help that more. I don't know where this low racial self-esteem comes from, and well, I see that
you know where it came
yeah,
from.
I mean, you
Right.
know, for Trump to come in and say, you know, we're gonna do away with everything with Black history. We're not gonna talk about anything to do with Black history. You know, do away with the African American Museum. They know our power. We don't. And so we
Right.
have to reinstill that in our children. We have to recognize, you know, who we are. And that is the issue, is that we've somehow lost the plot. And I hear people so ignorantly say, I'm not my ancestors. I'm not my ancestors. I tell no, I'm my ancestors 2.0, because we don't give them enough credit for what they've been through.
Yeah.
We don't give
wouldn't-
them credit for them not to have social media, for them not to have all the resources we have, and for them to have done what they have done, they did in America
and survived.
I mean,
And
people to
thrive.
this day can't understand, can't fathom what Black Americans were able to accomplish. All those years ago, 60, 70 years, they can't fathom it, and they keep trying to duplicate it. And we have to give the respect where respect is due, you know. So I think that it's been intentional for us to have that low racial self-esteem, and to, you know, not believe in ourselves, or not to know ourselves. And so we have to do a better job at, you know, reassuring ourselves, learning history, and making sure that we preserve that, and not put anybody else before ourselves. I honestly believe that is the core issue.
And it
Because
starts
we're
at
the only
home.
ones that are taught that anyway. We're the only ones that we're the only ones that get taught that. Like, again, living in the Bay last weekend, you know, my wife and two of my sons, we went up and we hung out in Chinatown. Nobody has a problem that there's a Chinatown.
Nobody.
And we loved it. We had fun. We sat and we listened to them play music. We ate in the restaurants, this, that, and the other. But when we want to do something, there's a problem. Unless it's sports or music that they control, there's a problem.
Yeah,
but
dribble,
you are,
nigga,
you are
dribble.
100% right, Mosi. We need to begin to put ourselves first.
Right.
That's right.
Jewish people do it
all the time.
Go to a Latino community here. There are Mexican Latino owned grocery stores, Latino owned car dealerships, all of these things.
And
everyone does it,
them.
but when right, and we will support them.
And they don't support us.
Not only that, Brian, we can go to those places and respect them and their culture. When it comes to Black people, everybody got to be included. Where no, you can't have nothing Black. We want to be. Do you all feel like you special? Well, we can go to a Chinatown. We can see Jewish culture. We can see anybody else's culture. Go, enjoy, respect, take in, you know, without problem. But when it comes to Black people, everybody has to feel included. Everybody has to feel impressed. And if you're not, oh, you guys are being, and it's time that Black people stop being guilted and feeling guilty for saying, no, this is our culture. We're preserving this. If it ain't for you, I mean, you can enjoy, but if it ain't yours, then don't try and co-op it, and don't make us feel bad for it, because everybody else can have their culture but Black people. And that is why it's at the brink of erasure, because everyone can co-op it and say whatever it is, and Black people don't have no say in it. And it's not right. Because it is one of the most influential cultures. No, I'm not going to say one of the most influential culture in the world. But because we've allowed everybody to co-op it, then it's at its brink of erasure, and everybody feels like they're entitled to it.
And you know why that is?
Yeah. Why?
You know why? I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, the reason that for that is fear. It's fear, because they don't want us to have our own thing. And this is, I remember my father, who's a retired Marine, saying that when he first went in the 70s, that there was this thing to where if there were more than a few Black Marines together, the MPs would come and break it up. You guys move on. and they're serving our country. And the reason for that is fear. There's this fear that white America has of retribution. That's
we
why
not
they do
paying
not
them
want
no
us to have our
daggone
own
mind.
thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
Right.
the thing is that we haven't done what they would have done if they were
They-
in our shoes.
right.
Right.
Right. And they don't understand. We are not you.
Right.
That
No.
is your nature. Because if we
Mhm.
wanted to, if we haven't tried to pay you back by now, we're not going to.
And we know
As
it's
Tiffany
trained.
said,
We wasn't
we're not
trained like
even
that.
That even messes with them more because it
Even
deals
more.
with that guilty conscience. Well, I don't
Right.
like these people this much. We've done this much. Now it messes with them more. So they got to make us out to be criminals, make
Right.
us out to be something so they don't feel bad for the feelings that they
Right.
have towards us. Like,
Right.
We
And if we get our own thing and we not so much exclude people, but we make it for us, by us, they think, as you said, Mosi, that we're over there plotting to do what they've done. And it's like Tiffany said, we're not thinking about you.
Yeah.
At all.
We don't give a damn. We
At
don't care.
all.
Like when the fool came up and said, well, we want to have our own white town in Arkansas. Fine. Get that. Bye. I will help you pack. I'll help you build it.
Yeah, we don't want
Yeah.
we don't want you here.
Get the hell
anyway.
on. You
Yeah,
know what
we
I'm
don't
saying?
bother with them.
So it's fear. That's what it is. It's fear that we are going to act like them, but we are not like you. You really, when it comes to this thing called whiteness, it's an anomaly. No one else acts like that.
Right.
No one else acts like that. People, Asian people mind their business. They really do. They mind their business damn near more than we do.
Because they busy building on top of stuff, okay?
Right.
And
Right.
we over here worried about chains and sneakers and stuff like that. You know we like to be flashy as black people.
So we gotta stop inviting people to the cookout because you see when a white person can dance or do something.
I never invite them to the cookout. I don't know what you're talking about, Carl. You probably have a couple of y'all white friends come to the cookout, but they're not coming to my house. I told you I don't believe it. They ain't coming to my house.
Yeah. It's with the way that because I have white friends from childhood, but notice what I said, from childhood.
Right.
These are people who have proven themselves for decades to me.
Right.
And I think that we are too quick to give cookout invitations.
Right.
I think it's too quick. I mean, there are, like I said, there are a couple of white friends that if my wife needed something, I would trust her with them. But I've known them for if there was an emergency, there's some of them that I would call. Hey, help her out. But I've known these people for decades.
Right.
And they have called me when their families needed something.
Right.
But that's something that's not because you can dance.
Right.
That's not because
no, you did.
Yeah, that's not because you
relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a proven time.
I would say too, Brian, I feel like it's not just fear, it's fear coupled with obsession. Because going back to, you can't do without us. You got to know the dance. You got to know what we're doing at all times. It's not just that I'm afraid you're going to do, but I also got to know what you're doing at the same time. And then I got to mimic that. It's a weird dynamic going on.
It's insanity. It's like, it's insane. It really is. I've made social media posts about that. Like, what is this weird obsession? It's like you hate me, but you
want to be around me,
want to be me. Like the fool a couple, like the fool a couple months, using rap, using hip hop to talk about hanging black folks.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah, how do we allow these people to the daggone table. See, I don't believe in none of that. They can have what they have, but we can't have what we have. We have to bring them all into everything. No,
Yeah,
I'm
it's like
sorry.
no.
And my thing
That
is, y'all didn't find out who your after new Carl and Kev did. Y'all didn't find out who your friends was when the election came on.
Right. Yeah. Well.
oh
Yeah. Kevin and I are the other guy that usually hosts with us. He's traveling doing comedy, so he can't be here. He tried to get up there, but we have white friends that we've known for 20, 30 years doing stand-up. Trump came about. These guys,
yeah.
100% MAGA.
Right.
They were saying the things they were saying, Kevin and I were like, what?
Like, wait, what?
These
Right.
are the people we knew for like 30 years. These are comedians.
Yeah.
These are travel with. We spent time in hotel rooms with. We road trips. You know, hanging out
Yeah.
at night. When Trump landed, and be like, who are these people? Like,
Yeah.
they showed,
right.
and we lost a lot of friends. We're no longer friends. I lost 30-year relationships because they showed me they were 100%. They went full MAGA.
Oh
You know?
yeah.
Y'all should have saw me on the
to-
side like, wow.
Right. And to go along with to you, Tiffany. Oh yeah, there were several from childhood that it was like, yeah, you got to go. Yeah, you got to go. Me and my track, I ran track in college. My track coach and I fell out.
Wow.
Over Trump.
Yeah.
And I was like, and it was like, what are you talking about? He kept saying, you know me, Brian. I was like, well, you know me too.
Right.
Why would
you really don't know him?
I don't know if we need to take a page from their book or they need to take a page from ours. The thing about Black people is that we're so genuine. When we accept you in, we accept you in.
That's
They
what we
can
do.
look at us. They can look at us and see us for what they are. Okay, so I'm an Asian doing business in a Black community. I'm going to see this as what it is, and this is an opportunity to make money. I'm going to smile in your face, but I'm going to go home and support my family and get what I need to get off of you. Whereas Black people, we see it as, okay, if I'm with you, I'm with you. If I'm not, I'm not. And I think we try and we try and make everyone our friend. Just because you come to the cookout, we try and make you our friends instead of seeing you for who you actually are. Where everybody else has that, they know that separation, and Black people we ain't built like that. It's either we with you or we ain't. We don't like that fakeness, but everybody else know how to do that switch up. So I don't know. That is something.
But that's a good thing, though, don't you think? Though, I mean, that shows that we are the better people, right? That shows.
I mean, but if you look at how one is excelling, it just depends on how you look at it.
Yeah.
Right. I think
so
we just.
They're able to benefit off of Black people, but then not when it comes down to building their culture. Going back to Asians have built their wealth off of Black people in the Black community. But when it comes to, just like you said, hey, when it comes to them, they keep to themselves. You don't know nothing about them, but they got their wealth from Black people. So is it something we need to take from their book? Like, okay, fine, you can come to the cookout, but I'm going to see you for what you are. You know, I understand you, man. I understand who you are. You come to the cookout, you can do your little dance, but I'm gonna take my money from you too. So is that something that we need to adapt to?
I think so, and I don't think that's bad.
Yeah,
I don't think that's bad, because it's like the world, or America has had 400 years to do right by us, and it has not yet done it.
But
what else?
But let me just not built like that, though. I get what you guys are saying, but we're not built like that. Listen, when Columbus came to the Americas, and when he traveled around the world, he went to all these different countries, and he wrote back to the Queen of Spain, Isabella. He said to her, "These people are so nice; they would make great slaves." It came to America.
Said that about
the American Indians, so nice, right? They were so nice. He was thinking, man, I can take all this. He didn't. The Indians were like, it's so much land. You can have some. I can have some. You can, you know, hunt buffalo, whatever. We can live in harmony.
With that
The white man was like, no, I'm going to kill you and take it all. I want all of it.
Yeah.
Right? That's the mentality. And in the Caribbean, where I'm from, right? They came to the Caribbean. They did the same thing. In the Caribbean, we had the Caribs and the Arawaks, the two dominant Indian tribes in the Caribbean.
Right.
They came to the Caribbean and they killed all of them, almost all of them. It were like millions, and they
probably kept the women.
They
kept some of the women.
They left like 1,100 of them out of millions. They killed them. This is the mentality of these people. Do we really want that mentality? I mean,
you don't necessarily have the mentality. You take the good. You eat the meat and leave the bone. I can pretend like I'm like you.
I'll tell you this story that I heard one time about when it came to dealing with them. It was a lady I used to work for when I was working in mental health, and she was from New York. And she said that when she was a kid, probably about 12, this little white boy really liked her. He just thought she was beautiful, and she had never really been around white people, but she had heard things about them from the South. And so she was like, leave me alone. I don't know. So she went home and asked her dad. She was like, Dad, this white boy likes me, but I keep hearing about how mean they are. She was like, what do I do? And she said, her dad said to her, now, baby, I've never taught you to hate people because of how they look. She said, but them, they bear watching. And so I've never forgot that. I heard that 20 years ago almost. And she said, they bear watching. And so it's not I'm going to treat you any differently. I'm going to watch you differently. And that's because of the track record that you have established. That's because of what you've done. Because if your track record is such to where when you go someplace, you are not going to cohabitate with people. You are going to try to dominate people.
Right.
You are going to try to take over. You're going to try to subjugate. You're going to try to steal, kill, destroy in order to get your way. So that's not to say all of you are like that, because you're not.
Right.
But your track record as a whole suggests that I need to watch you a little bit closer.
Absolutely.
I can tell you, listen, I'll tell you a story. Back in the 90s, I was working this job, and I was there for about 4 or 5 years, and I became really good friends with this white guy. And we would known each other for like 4 or 5 years. Became really tight, really close friends. One day we go to get lunch. I think we were at McDonald's or wherever we were. And I don't know what happened, but he got into an argument with a black guy. I was standing there ordering food. I turned around. He's arguing with this black guy. And so anyway, it didn't turn into anything. It just ended for whatever reason. So we're driving back to work. And he said, man, I was really scared. I go, what? I was there. He goes, man, you guys would have kicked my ass. I go, you thought that because he's black and I'm black, that I was going to join with this black guy that I don't know and kick your ass?
Especially you being from the Caribbean.
But that told me that's how he saw me, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. You were a black guy.
Yeah, I was no longer his friend. I was
And going back to police and law enforcement, no matter how friendly you appear, whatever you presenting, they still have that whatever your thought is, they don't think like you. They don't look at you the way you think they should look at you. I can't understand, like going back to what Brian was saying, I don't understand the fear, the obsession. I don't know, but because we don't think like them and we don't operate like them, you kind of have to, stay protected. You have to, because
because I was watching, but I'm like, if a fight turns out, I'm gonna have to help my friend, the white guy. I'm gonna have to help him.
Oh no, see, Cole, that's what I'm talking about. Wait a minute.
No.
If your friend would have came out, wait a minute, let me ask a question. If your white friend would have came out and said, "Fuck you, nigger," go back to slavery, nigger, you would have still jumped in and you would have helped
I was thinking is about I have to help my coworker. That's what I was thinking. If a fight breaks out, I have to help. But after he said what he said to me, we had a whole different. I mean, I saw him differently from that day.
Right.
We were, you know what I mean.
And you was gonna look out for him. You was gonna fight for him.
Yes, because that's the guy I work with.
Right. But what does that tell you? That tells you that as a whole, they look at drawing color lines first. They are conditioned to pick a side based on color. I remember having a conversation with a former coworker as well, and I was on I think I was on Facebook, and this was back during Trump's first term, and I was just really talking about just the foolishness that Trump was bringing out, and I was talking about police brutality and just how white cops were going around, because this is back when that was really happening a lot. And so he hits me up and he's like, man, we go way back, but man, some of the stuff that you're saying is racist. So, okay, how? And so I said, matter of fact, stop all this typing, call me. So he calls me and I listened to him. And he said that the reason why I was racist was because of all the stuff that I'm talking about with cops killing black people. And I said, well, let me ask you this. I was like, are you a cop? No. Are you racist? No. I'm talking about racist cops, but you picked a side based on color. You associated that with because it was white cops killing black people. You're thinking that I'm talking about white people. You drew a color line. I said, so if me speaking about racism is offending you, what is that saying about you? Mm-hmm. If I'm bothering you by speaking out against black people being killed by white cops, mm-hmm. Why are you bothered if you're not a racist or a cop? That's the conditioning of their minds. Is if there is a black dude and a white dude beefing, the white dude could have just killed the black dude's dog or something, but they're going to jump on the white guy's side. That's just how their minds are at a whole.
Yeah, absolutely. And then that is what we also need to understand about the Democratic Party with these people who call black people their allies. That, okay, I get what you're saying, but I don't necessarily think like you think. But then black people will take on the issues of these people, the other letters in the DEI, the other letters in these other communities, and say, oh, they are us. They don't think like us. They don't. And that's one thing that black people have to understand. So I say all the time, black Americans really don't have any friends, and you need to scrutinize it that way and understand how people think, because of how we're built, we're extremely loyal. Going back to what Carl was saying, I'm gonna have to fight with this white man that's with me. The white man, like, oh, y'all about to jump me. That we don't think that we don't understand how they think.
And we would never understand, because if it was the other way around,
so our loyalty can't just automatically be with somebody because of that reason.
Right.
Yeah.
I would have left my white friend right up in there. I was like, bye, your dumb ass done got your ass in some trouble. You get your ass kicked. You get it right on time, because I don't want to have to be put in a position to help my black brother.
Let me tell you, after that, that happened in the 90s. And about 4 years ago, I was at Walmart. And I got into a conversation with this white lady who was standing in line, wait to check out. And we got into a conversation, a friendly conversation. And so I turned around and check out. She got into a fight. I don't know what it is about me and black people getting into fights with white people.
Okay.
Started getting into this fight with these really very hood girl. I mean, and they were like, we're gonna F you up, and I'm like, they were ready to throw. They were like, So she turns around, looks at me, and she goes, "Sir, like she tried to interact with me to make it seem like she had." I was like, "Oh, bitch, I don't know."
I know you did, because they'll whoop your ass.
Ain't got nothing to do with it. I don't know who you talking about.
Yeah. She tried to create a little conversation between her and I to show the black girls, like, I was like, I don't know you.
Ain't got nothing to do with it.
Because they would do the same to you. They'd take off. You understand? Yes, you might have a few white people that will fight for you.
I took my shit. I'm out. You're on your own. Yeah, because like you said, they don't think, and I think that's a struggle.
No. They will make a fool out of you in a minute. When I saw a lot of black people, vouching for Trump when he first come out, I said Trump gonna make a fool out of him. Just give him time. Trump gonna make a fool out of these black people that's going so hard for him. Sometimes he have good points. Yes, Democratic Party has their flaws, but to just go carte blanche for Donald Trump, he gonna make a fool out. Just give him time. He's gonna make a fool, and certainly he did. So you just have to understand things. The tide can always turn, because again, they don't necessarily think and behave the way black people do. Like it's different.
I knew that, but when when Trump came in and they brought some MAGA people on the platform, a couple of his white friends, I was like, they crazy. I'm ready to just get off. Because they not hearing or seeing or feeling. They don't see what we see.
No.
They don't feel what we feel.
It's a different world.
Yeah, different everything. Walk of life. Everything.
World. Yes.
They don't get it, but calling them did get a wake-up call.
It's really different, and I don't think we'll ever know. I don't even think we'll ever know. I don't think we'll get it.
I don't want to be honest with you, I don't want to get it. I don't bother with it. I told you, I get nervous when I see white people. I grab my pocketbook and I leave. Quick, fast.
Now, I will say this. They're not all bad. There are some good, good white folks, especially in the DMV. There's some good white folks, but again, going back to what Brian was saying, you need to watch them now. You got to watch. You got to watch. But there's some good white folks out here. You got to watch to make sure.
Okay.
Yeah, especially you come out here to the Bay. I mean, there's a very they will, and I've never seen this because I'm like you mostly. I'm from the South. I'm from Florida originally, and nobody censors you in the South. Nobody. And people here will defer when it comes to something that's dealing with us. They turn and it's like, what do you say? So there are some. There are some. Like but I'm like,
it's sprinkled here and there.
So
Listen, I understand y'all positions, how y'all grew up, where y'all from. I understand that, but I'm straight Brooklyn. I'm sorry. I'm not. Listen, I'm good. Like I said, I have to work with them dealing with fashion and beauty and stuff like that. But again, I'm always, like you said, you got to keep your head on a swivel, as Kev said. You always got to be watching. You can't trust them. We don't have a good relationship like that. Did you forget how we got here? You understand? Right. And these are their children. These are their descendants.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Until you stand straight up for black people, don't say nothing to me.
Right.
Right.
She said straight up. I understand. And the good ones, the great thing about the good ones is that the good ones understand why black people could be kind of hesitant or skeptical to trust them. They understand. They've done the research. They know, hey, look, we ain't got the best history. We don't have the best relationship, but I'm willing to go above and beyond to show you that you can trust me. I am one of the good ones. Blah 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 blah.
Right. And that's a good indicator. The ones that they will prove to you that they have done the work to understand you, and they will acknowledge what they have done and the part they play and the privilege that they have.
Absolutely.
Yeah, those and the ones that I was describing earlier, that's who they are. Some of them, I got a homeboy, Rob, he was just out here visiting, shoot, you have to pull Rob off people. You
Yeah.
know, white dude, that you say something foul, you got to pull Rob off people.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
you're not gonna do that around me. And so that to me is a litmus test. When you
Yes.
yeah, that's a litmus test. How much of my friend am I? Of a friend to you am I? What are you willing to do to protect who I am? Because we've shown what we'll do to protect you.
Now
What
we
are
know
you
that
going to do
loyalty
to
is embedded
right?
in the DNA
Right.
of Black people.
Listen,
Yeah.
everybody want a John Brown. If I got a John Brown, I'll be
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that's exactly
Right.
what I was about to say. Another point is we have to understand that, I mean, Black people did fight hard, but we did have some down white folks beside us. You know,
Allies,
they
Yeah.
definitely helped. They saw the
and died for the cause.
yeah,
You know.
yeah,
Right.
So
yeah.
shout out to them.
Ally, and
But I
being
haven't
in-
saw any
being-
lately.
You say I ain't
Right.
seen none
Because
lately.
being right, yeah, because being an ally in this fight, being an ally is far beyond words. What are you doing?
Right.
You know, because
right.
today people, you know, when you come to with white people, they will accuse you of this foolishness, this reverse racism because of something that you said to them.
Right.
I tell them, no, we are fighting and arguing about stuff that gets done to us.
Right.
You're pissed about words. We're pissed about action, policies, things that happen. So if you are getting in there, you get a white friend. It's like, okay, are you fighting against policy for me? Are you willing to stand up and risk something for me? Are you going to say something? You're going to put your career on the line because we've done these things.
Right.
You
And
know,
where
so-
do you stand when it comes to reparations? That's the other thing. Where do you stand?
Right.
Word. Did your
Right.
family have me as slaves, as my ancestors? Hello?
Right.
Because I done been to these plantations and they're making money. And
Right.
half
Oh, yeah.
those people in the community come from these plantations.
Right.
And to be
yeah.
honest with you, they like they people dumb because I done spoke to some people that was in the community and they didn't even know, oh, we didn't know that was there, or it's there, but we don't pay it no mind. Oh, no,
Right.
I need to know all the information, okay?
Right.
Absolutely.
All right, so I'm gonna show the video of the football thing so Mosey can see it.
Okay, sure.
So Dr. Umar, his take on why Black people have such a hard time. That was the stupid car.
Did you see it, Miss Mosey?
I
Rewind it,
like-
Carl. Rewind it at least 3 times, Carl.
Look like
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Here's Umar.
Now, unity is not a simple thing, especially with oppressed people. The problem with oppressed people is that oppressed people don't respect the opinions of other oppressed people. That's our contradiction. We in the same condition. And because we in the same condition, your opinion don't mean anything to me. You understand? So when we come together to solve a problem, it always turns into fighting, factionalism. Because even though I know we need to work together, I don't want to listen to you because you ain't no better than I am. You see that? So the post-traumatic slavery disease is at the heart of any attempt to bring Black folk together. There's something else we got to understand. We assume that Black people have a problem with white supremacy. We assume that Black people want to get rid of white racism. That's an assumption you cannot make. If you study our history, what do you find? It's not the racism that Black people have a problem with. We've been conditioned to accept the white man as Lord. So we don't have a problem with him being in control. Do you know what our problem is? We have a problem with the position he's given us in relation to the power structure. So the average brother or sister who's fighting in the revolutionary movement ain't fighting against white supremacy. They're fighting to improve their position under white supremacy. So, for example, in the 1960s, during the Black Power movement, they often say that the brothers went in with a fist into the government. Yes. They came out with a job. When they came out with the job, a lot of them gave up the revolution. You understand? A lot of them became politicians. They became preachers. So did you really have a problem with the racism? No. You just had a problem with how you were positioned under the racism. So we got to make sure we pick the people who are serious about overcoming the oppression, because a lot of us are not, even the revolutionaries. Talk is one thing. Culture is one thing. Knowledge itself is one thing. Having the courage to speak truth to power, willing to sacrifice life, limb, and money in order to improve your situation, that's something totally different. You understand?
I understand.
And the last thing I would say to that is the children.
So basically, what he's saying is that a lot of black people have accepted the racism we live under. Are we all just fighting to jockey for a good position within this racist society? Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, I believe it. A lot of us is comfortable in our dysfunction. You see, that's why a lot of us don't fight. They mad, or they'll come against people that's trying to fight for change. They're like, what's wrong with you? I'm comfortable here. I'm good. I got a good job. I'm working. I got a house. I don't need none of this. You understand? People get comfortable in it. So I understand what he is saying.
Yeah. There is a dynamic that exists amongst black people that is kind of hard, and I don't think it's as simple as what Dr. Umar is saying it. Even if you go in with a heart of wanting to serve and help black people, when you get to a certain position, and you try to bring black people up, it's almost as if you're fighting against a losing battle. Sometimes it's like they don't, because they see you as something different, they don't see you as them anymore. It's almost like, if I continue to fighting for you, I'm gonna be back down. It's almost, it's fighting against yourself. Even if you go in with a good heart, if you have people who don't want to change or see themselves, identify themselves as, this is what it is, this is who I am, and I ain't gonna be or do or have no better, then it's almost, it's not as easy as saying, okay, I just got myself out. I don't think that's the issue with a lot of black people who get themselves out. I think they really try. They absolutely really try. And then it's like, what else can I do? If you want to stay stuck in that position, what else can I do for you?
Okay, so we're gonna wrap it up, but last week we spoke about this. I don't know if this is gonna continue, but they ask people to not support the holidays, no black dollars for the holidays. A lot of black people just want to, show our strength as far as financially, and in us as a whole, black people don't support Christmas. I don't know if Thanksgiving is included, but
No, Thanksgiving is a family and friends.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
but at the end of the year, this is when companies make their most money, right? So they push to make, that's when they make all their money, is at the end of the year. So they're asking black people not to support it. So here's a video. And then I'm going to show a video that's going to piss Tiffany off.
Child, y'all better pay attention to what's happening right now. Cracker Barrel, struggling. Target, struggling. Hospitals, shutting down. Why? Because the white dollar by itself won't keep these companies afloat. And while they play DEI, baby, they need our talent, ingenuity, and brilliance. And when black folks start pulling back their talent, their time, child, struggling. And we already seen what happened to Target. And when we start pulling our money back, baby, they gonna find out. See, what some white folks don't understand is this. Black people are a gift. Our ingenuity, our creativity, our brilliance. It's been the lifeline of this country. We've poured into it, even when this country gave us nothing in return. And let's not forget our buying power. Our buying power hit over $1.7 trillion in 2023. Baby, that's not pocket change. That's why we see these corporations chase us when they need us. But the second they're done, baby, they toss us to the side. And that's why I don't care if Cracker Barrel puts a poster of Barack Obama up. Baby, I'm still not eating there. And I don't care if Carnival Cruises comes crawling back talking about We love diversity. I see the game. I won't be back. And Target, let me be real clear. The last time I stepped foot in that store was the last time. Period. Y'all don't get to play in our faces. Use us when it's convenient, then toss us aside. Not anymore. Because above all, this country understands the dollar sign. And it's time we start reserving ours for us. That's why I keep saying Black love, Black unity, Black strategy, Black community. Because, baby, we need to build our own infrastructures from soup to nuts so we won't be out here begging for a seat at their table anymore. Baby, those days are over. So if that resonates with you, join the movement. Baby, everybody won't get it, and that's fine. But those that do, we're still building. So drink your water. Stay rooted, real, and knowledgeable. And mind your Black business. Happy Black History 365. And I'll see you next time.
So we on board with this?
I always been on board with this. I don't know what you talking about. So I try to do everything Black owned. I told you I went into Target and turned my ass right back out. I said, I don't even know why I'm in here. Okay, let me get out of here. It's like the energy, the spirits, the ancestors is at the door. Get out of here. You would not be taking my Black dollar because I feel like us as Black people work too hard for our money. They up everything on us. Everything is double for Black people. They get nigga tax all the time. Why should I spend my nigga tax on y'all? And y'all don't even come into our stores, into our business. Y'all don't do anything. Y'all make the most off of us. So no, I haven't been a person to support the Christmas and the Black Fridays. I'm not doing any of that. To each who do it, God bless y'all. You know, if y'all can feel y'all can make that money, got the money to spend it, do it. But I'm not doing it. They're not getting my money. I'm sorry.
No, not I decided a long time ago. That's it. Like she said with Target, no, I don't go in there. I don't go in. You're
and
not
I used
gonna
to like Target.
Oh yeah, that was the spot, you know. But you're not going to sit there and piss on my head and tell me it's raining. You're not going to do that. No. So that, like she said, $1.7 trillion.
Yeah.
But you want to sit and act like you can't respect me? No. If you want my dollar, you're going to respect me. I don't give a damn if you like me, but you're going to respect me.
But can we do it as a collective, though? Can we do it like we did back, like I said early in the show?
We can, but we scared and we so conditioned drinking the white water. We love the white water. We don't want to do it. Just like I had brought up to you. I didn't know that the Black Lives Organization almost got $93 million, and not one time did y'all open up a community center, mental health, supermarket, some place for our people to be able to get healing for why we did the Black Lives Matter movement. You understand? So it's disgusting. You got people that's for you, and you got people that's not for you. So again, we need to target our money towards helping ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? We need more help in our community. We need more help with our young people. We need help for our seniors, okay? Because they are making money off of these rehabilitation centers and all of that, off our Black people and not taking care of them. So no, we need to take back what's ours, you understand? And make our own money and stop going on the money phone, making a public service announcement. Listen, we're doing this, we're doing that. Shut up. You don't see no Asians, the whites making a broadcast about what they're doing. They just building out of nowhere. You understand? Come on, we have to change the way we do things.
Absolutely. I 100% agree. We got to change how we do things. First of all, you got Amazon. It's not like when we were growing up. You got Christmas and your birthday when you got something. You got Amazon at your front door every day. There's no need to go out and buy a whole lot of stuff for special occasions. You get a special occasion every day. Like I remember a day when I had 2 pairs. You had school shoes and
that's right.
Church shoes.
Now you got shoes every day of the week if you want to at your front door.
Yeah, I'm guilty as charged on that one.
So
Yeah, we have everything is access to our hand. It's like right there. Even
There's
with
no
the
such thing as
phone.
special occasions anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And they know
No.
that they know that we are emotional people. If you can get to Black people's emotions, you can get to their pocketbook. And we always talk about this $1.7 trillion of spending power. We need to start talking about saving power, investment power. Stop talking
That's
about
right.
spending all the time. What can we do in order to build ourselves and our community? We ain't spending no dollars no more. How can we make this money work for us and build it and even and magnify it? So absolutely. Mm.
Well,
That Paul, you're supposed to be making
like
me
Dr.
mad.
Umar said, oppressed people don't want to listen to oppressed people. So we don't trust each other. We don't want to listen to each other because what do you know? You're just a nigga like me, or what do you know? You know what I mean? Like
It is that mentality, just like we will help a white person before we help a Black person. You understand? It's in the head. You know,
It's
understand? So
that low racial self-esteem. And so we really have to, and again, it's been instilled in us to distrust each other, to look down upon ourselves, and to believe that other people are better than us. So we have to understand what was done and then reprogram all of that. So that is something that's desperately needed. One trend that I'm seeing now on social media that I'm so happy about is this the YNs, I guess you so to speak, are saying, you know, we're not doing these certain looks anymore. We're gonna be presentable. We're gonna do this. We're gonna change the way we approach things. And I think, honestly, there's just a rise in ancestral energy and just respect amongst Black people that is starting to ring about. And I hope that it continues to grow. Absolutely. Yeah.
so Tiffany, you're gonna love this next girl.
that means I'm not gonna like it.
Every week I show a video
to piss me and Kev off. I call him a radical West Indian. He always like getting everything hype. Okay.
Yeah. All right, here we go. You ready? Strap in. You got it. You got on your seatbelt.
Yes.
All right, you're gonna love this girl. You might have her at your house. I don't know.
It's difficult because I don't identify as being Black. Also, like I was brought up white, so I couldn't learn how to be Black. So now, from the beginning, I was raised white. I never had to learn how to eat with my hands, something simple. I always thought of marrying a white man. So I can't, it's not like I can't identify with being Black. It's just I never learned how to. And I never had the opportunity to learn from Black people. So I'm white.
This is why white people should not listen, Carl. That's why white people should not. I'm gonna be on. This is my opinion only. They should not be adopting no Black kids without a Black auntie. Okay. Also, you gotta remember too. You know, the people from the islands or from the West Indies, Africa, they'll be quick to be able to marry and get with white people because they don't know the history of them. You understand? That a lot of people say they travel different places and this is why they open. Now, love is love. If you love your partner, so be it. But I feel bad for her because she don't know who she is. Because when you get over here to America, you're Black. And that's to anybody that think, no, I'm Nigerian. No, I'm Trini. No, I'm this. No, you're Black. When you get over here, you're Black. They do not care what country or where you came from or who raised you. They don't care about that. If your color is Black, look what happened with Obama. They didn't care his mama was white. Yeah, that's probably what got him in there. But they didn't care about that. They gonna threaten you, and your wife is gonna be threatened because we don't like you. Okay, so I'm not surprised at her. Go ahead and go, girl. Go get your white man.
Just so you know, Mosey, we've had a show where we talked about Black people from the Caribbean and Africa, how they come to America and they look down on Black people, and I agree. It's 100% true. We come to America and we don't take time to learn about Black culture. We believe, what the white people present to us. They tell us these are who the black people are, and we just run with it.
Right.
Propaganda.
I mean, I'm close to it. I'm bi-ethnic, so I'm close to it. I have siblings who are Nigerian. My mom is Black American, so I've seen both sides, and I understand exactly that is. I was raised Black American, but I've seen how other cultures treat Black Americans, and then they are at the bottom, the bottom of the totem pole. But Black Americans have given so much to this world, and they deserve so much more respect. And I think they give so much to everyone else, and it's time to cut that out and delineate and say, you know what, we are this, and we aren't going to take anything else from anybody else. And so that's why a lot of times on my page I will preach delineation and preservation. I don't know. My Alexa is going up. Sorry. So self-preservation and I don't know. She keeps going.
You better tell Alexa to be
I
quiet.
know, right? Yeah, so I preach delineation and self-preservation when it comes to Black American culture. I that's how I grew up.
Yeah.
And to know just the sacrifices of Black Americans and how much they've given, not just to every culture around the world. You got to think about all immigrants that come here build their lives back on the civil rights of Black Americans.
Right.
The LGBTQ community saw what Black Americans were able to do, and
white women
built their rights off of that. Like, and it's Black people that don't embrace what they built and say, you know what? No, let us. I say it all the time. Put on our own oxygen mask before we let everybody else breathe. Black people have to stand where they're supposed to stand, and then they can start helping everybody else. It's been that they've helped everybody else to their own demise, almost to erasure. And so it's definitely a time for preservation and delineation.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, Mosey, I want to thank you so much for, first of all, accepting my invitation to the show.
Yes, I enjoyed it so much. It's a great conversation. Thank you guys for having me. I really enjoyed this.
Thank you so much. Brian, thank you so much. For those of you who don't, Brian is an author. I have his books right here. The Nightmare's Edge. You can pick it up from you have a website, right, Brian?
Yes, the author BrianSimpson.com. I usually have it in my tag, but I forgot to put it up there. But yeah, the simple, just like my name, all together, the author BrianSimpson.com. Okay. Or major retailers.
Yes. So Town Secrets. Thank you. The Nightmare's Edge. I bought Brian's books, and I don't know if Tiffany have gotten hers yet, but shame on you, Tiff, if you haven't got.
I knew that was going to come up. Don't worry, I'm going to get it. I'm going to surprise all of y'all.
But remember, Tiff, we can't shop this Christmas. So
but I'm going to shop inside his. He has something that's his. We could go into his site. Right. That's the thing. When we want to buy Black, go to the websites.
Direct.
That's why I didn't understand with that girl Tabitha that was crying over Target. Yeah, she's a beautiful lady. She's been with her husband for years. They take care of their children. But no, you was doing too much. Open up your own thing, your website, and you sell it through there and let your money come through there instead of always trying to get it in between having the third person middleman. So yeah, I can still get his books, but I'm going to go on his site and support his site. Then go buy it on Amazon. Why would I do that?
That's
appreciate that.
All right. Tiffany, as we do before we go, we always ask everyone to share something that they learned on the show today, or that they just want to share in general. Anything to help the Black community that you want to share. And I'll start with Mosey, or anything you want to share. Or
you last. Oh my goodness, I was trying to get my thoughts together.
Okay, I'll come to you last. Tiffany knows how we do it here, so I'll go to Tiffany first. Anything you learned?
Well, we need to start worrying more about ourselves. It sounds selfish, but it's not selfish. Everybody worries about their self, so why we can't worry about ourselves? Also, we must communicate with our family, about this system. I don't care, young, tall, old, whatever. We have to talk to them because we need to get those numbers down. Okay, we need to stay out of those people jails because the more of us that's in there is the more money they get. Okay, we need to invest more. Rich people, people that got money, invest more in mental health awareness, mental health, counseling, some places for outlets for young people to be able to go so they don't have to turn to the streets. They don't have to turn to the bad crowds because they have something to be able to hold them together. So that's my thing. We didn't get to even talk about that Trump thing that's going around. That is running that man in the ground. I never saw an orange in the ground so deep. But we probably talk about it next week when Kevin's here because Kevin loved that. But definitely, love ourselves, appreciate ourselves. Don't forget our ancestors, where we came from, and again, stay out of them people prisons because they get more money by having us there. We've been knowing this for years.
All right, Brian, anything you want to share that you learned on tonight's show?
Yeah, I have to go back to something that Mosey said about us, the protection that we have from being integrated. That's something I've never thought of. That it's to use that as a tool versus just being upset about it. Because for years I remember thinking, just after hearing my mom talk about integration and the damage that she said that it did to our community, that's just been my train of thought since then. But seeing how they cannot do things to us because we're integrated, they're more hesitant because doing it to us now means doing it to themselves as well. So that has kind of given me a completely different perspective. And you put me up on something tonight. So I really, that's got me strategizing is what it has me doing. So I that's something I learned. So much love and appreciation to you for that.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
you.
she made me think because I was always steadfast and hard on it. We should never have integrated it. It's just the worst happened.
But they need us. They need
Right.
us. They just want to control us. That's the main
Right.
thing. Control. Why you think all these people are losing? Black people are losing their high jobs and in these corporate offices because they want control and they don't have control anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Before I have a question, and this is a question about law. I don't know if two people are in a car and they get pulled over by the police, does the passenger have to show ID?
Typically no, because you're in the car, but
but then again, they're the ones with the gun, so we better do it.
If they say pull that ID out, you better.
You don't have to. You can easily say I don't have an ID, and you can say am I under arrest? And you can ask those questions, but you still want to stay calm, and you don't really want to challenge police officers. Again, they are, a lot of times they're big on their ego. They're upset. They have something to prove, and they don't want to feel like they're being made a fool of. So in as much as possible, navigate as much as possible. I would never say that you have to give up your rights, but know how to assert them without, aggravating their ego.
Or getting your ass killed. They say put your ID out. You better be like, yeah. I want to.
That's what I was trying to say, Tiffany. But yeah, you said,
right.
You said what I was
you can't mess with these people. You cannot mess with police. It's a whole different thing, especially for Black people. I done been in a situation where you're in a car with a white person and the white person is cursing the cop out. And you looking at them like, what are you doing? They're going to blame me for this.
Right.
So you got to be, listen, here you go. Here go my ID. You want my ID? Thank you. I don't want no problems. I want to live. That's
Yes,
right.
if I were going to leave with anything, I would say it's even knowing your rights. Coming from a lawyer, even knowing your rights, you still have to conduct yourself in a certain way as a Black person. There's we're still not in a world, in as much as we've gained as Black Americans, we're not in a world where everything is equal and you can act like they do. please stay alive to see the next day. Take whatever your evidence is, go take it, give it to an attorney, go take it, file, a report, go take it and do what you have to do, but just stay alive for another day. That's what I would leave to the group today. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right. So that's it, Mosey. Or anything else to add?
That's it. I believe I really I enjoyed the conversation. It was a pleasure meeting you all. Thank you.
Yes.
Pleasure's mine.
Shout out to all the Sagittarius coming up. It's in November.
Okay. I love
that. When is your birthday?
My birthday is next week, but I'm having a get together with the family and friends this weekend. You better be there, Carl, because if I don't see you, I'm writing your ass up. You'll come out for your white friends.
I'll be there. I'll be there. I want to thank everyone who watched us on YouTube. If you watch us on Instagram, if you watch us on Facebook, thank you so much. We always get banned off of Facebook because people call our show racist. So Facebook, they banned us for like 3 months one time.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Yeah, wow. Our show is racist, and they agree.
And all the dirty racist stuff that goes on online.
Yeah, you got people clan stuff, but y'all are racist. Yeah.
So I want to thank all of you guys. Mosey, thank you so much for doing this.
So much.
We appreciate it. Brian, brother, thank you again. I know I take you away from your lovely wife for a couple hours every once in a while, but I hope she understands. Tiffany, I love you. And
Kev, we love you out there.
Wherever you are.
I miss you, Kev.
Kevin is traveling to Florida, I think. Kevin goes to some white places to do comedy.
Listen, he's the signature black guy. There is always one black guy out the group or one black girl that's in the group of white people. That's not me because I can't. I'm too black, too strong. But yeah, I think all three of y'all up there is like that. Y'all the only black person in the crew.
Kevin shows up to the club and there's a cross burning on the lawn. He's just
but he gonna entertain. He gonna make his money.
Kevin gonna get that check.
That's right. Kevin is about his check.
All right, everybody. We'll see you guys next week. Please tell the people you love that you love them because tomorrow is promised to no one.
Love you, mommy. Love you, family. You can't find our song, Carl. What's going on? We're gonna have to sing it ourselves.
Oh my God. Hold on. I can't. It's
You better leave us with a song for 12 seconds then.
I'm gonna play my favorite song. I'm gonna do it. Okay. Oh my God, I can't play our song. I don't know what happened to it. So I'm gonna go out on this one here. I love those kids.
That was cute.